Welcome back. In this video we're going to be working on the little bits and pieces we have left. So what I've done is just created a basic polygon cube, and we're going to use the create polygon to make this little indented area. You're going to see that we use a different technique to create this indentation compared to the techniques we've been using previously. So I'm just going around using the create polygon tool to create this oval type shape. The technique we're going to use here is called booleans. So basically what it allows you to do is create like indentions into other polygons by using two polygon objects to intersect each other. And what you do is use a function called difference, and it'll minus the whatever shape you have from the main object you have selected. So in this case it's going to be this oval type shape, which subtracts it from the cube. So what I'm doing here is just tweaking the verts, just trying to get that more rounded look to it. Just neatening it up some more. So what we're going to have to do is because we use the create polygon tool, it's one big end gun, so I'm going to have to use the split polygon tool to cut it up into quads. I'm just making my way around with the split polygon tool, just cutting in quads. So I think just done a couple more splits to do the trick. Here we go. Maybe one more. Actually no, we don't need this. It's okay as it is. So what we're going to do now is select this face, all the faces, and extrude out. So as you can see, it's just a flat plane right now. We want it to be, we want it to have some volume. I'm going to extrude out. Turn X-ray off. So I'm going to slide this cube back into its original place. So what you're going to do is first select the cube, then select the first I'm going to freeze transformation, then the delete tree. So what we want is it to this shape to be intersecting to the cube. You don't want it to go all the way through, just partially. Now you want to select the cube first and then the object, and go to booleans in the polygons menu and difference. And you see it's minus that way away from the cube. As you can see, it's matching up with the reference images so far. Looking pretty nice. The only thing with this is when you smooth it out, it has a tendency to look nasty because you can see the edge loops are flowing. They just stop midway, so you just want to bear that in mind. I'm just going to try and see if I can create some edge loops that go across. Nope, I was going to give me an error message. So let me just try from over here. Nope, it's not going to let me, so just bear that in mind. We'll just leave it as it is, because it's looking alright anyway. So I'm just going to bring everything back, just see how it relates with everything else. So all the way back here, I'm going to have to slide it out. Center pivot. I'm just going to rotate it so it conforms with the rest of the armor plates. Turn wireframe back on. All I'm going to do now is just rotate it until it conforms. So this video is going to be nice and relaxed. We're not going to do too many things in this video. Like I said, just the little bits and pieces that we have left, because we have more or less most of the components of the almost all of the components done for this mech. We've got the legs, the arms, the waist, the head. Just like I said, just the small little things left. Just want to make it look a little bit more cool, that's all. I'm just going to slide this down a little. So I'm going to freeze transformations, and I'm going to snap the pivot to the grid, center of the grid. I mean, just duplicate over. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to press Control D, and you should duplicate, and then you just want to go to X and just scale it by -1. It's looking nice. Just want to rotate around. Just want to see if it's okay. So I'm going to hide everything now. I'm going to work on all the little pieces. Now I'm going to work on these glow areas. Now this is another very simple thing to create. We're just going to use basically a cube. We're just going to scale it down, just flatten it a bit, and just duplicate a couple of them just to create these free glue type things here. So nothing too difficult here, just basic commands. That's all we're going to do here. Just a simple cube. We're not going to do nothing else to it. Just going to duplicate them out and just rotate them until they align with everything. So to brought back the reference images just to check it out. So just scaling it up a little bit just to match up with the reference. So I'm just duplicated 2 more times. There we go. So I'm just going to bring back all the other components. Excuse me. So I'm just going to slide them forward. I'm just going to try and align everything so it matches with this chest area. So just combine the pieces so I can rotate them all at once. I'm just doing some more rotating. I'm just going to scale it in a little. So just doing some more rotating here. That looks about right to me, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is and freeze transformation, and it's so okay, I'm gonna have to tweak it from the side a little bit. It looks it's looking good from the front. I'm just gonna make small tweaks in the front. Now that's looking better. I'm just going to scale it a little bit more. I'm going to freeze transformation on this. I'm just going to snap the pivot point to the center of the grid. I'm going to duplicate it over. So in scale X, I'm going to scale in by -1 and get the finger moving on to the opposite side. So let's translate it up a little bit. Just made a quick save here. There we go, we got another bit sorted now. So I'm going to make my way down now to the other bits. So what we're going to do is create this circular piece here on the lower arm that connects the two cube-like shapes. So basically we're just going to create a cylinder and we're going to knock its division down to around 8, I think. Yeah, 8 should do the trick. And we're going to lower its subdivision caps to 0. I'm just going to scale it down so it matches with the reference image. This is another simple shape. So we don't have a side view to work from, but that's okay. So I'm thinking I might knock up the subdivisions a bit by 10. I think 8 was too low, so 10 should do the trick. So we're going to select the face here, and we're going to extrude in and scale uniformly. So I'm just thinking about what are we to take from here. We're going to extrude in again one more time. So we're just scaling in again. Just turning X-ray off, I'm just going to see everything. So I'm going to create a split using the split polygon tool from this edge, from this corner to the other corner. I'm going to extrude this face now. Scale in uniformly. Just need to rotate it to square it off a little. I'm going to extrude it once more. I'm going to have to undo that as soon as I've just encounter a problem here. I'm going to extrude again, sorry, and this time push in. There we go. Get that nice little indentation that we've been looking for. I'm just inserting an edge loop here, and I'm just gonna slide them out in Y, so we get some roundness to it. I'm just taking a credit from all angles. So I'm just gonna bring back all the other components now. Oops. I'm gonna slide it forward. I'm gonna bring the components back again. I'm just gonna slide it into place now. Excuse me. I'm just gonna have to do rotate it a little bit so it conforms to the shape of the lower arm. Like I said, this is an relaxed video. There's nothing too difficult here. This is the basic shapes again. So I'm gonna have to duplicate this. First we're gonna freeze transformations and then centrifugate it, because this circular bit also appears to be on the back of the arm as well. So I'm gonna have to duplicate and move it to the back. Oops. There we go. There's Control D to duplicate it. That's the shortcut key for duplicate it. You can also find it in the edit menu and duplicate. I'm just gonna scale in Z by -1. So I'm gonna have to just do a little bit of rotating here. So basically, I got rid of the first duplicate I made because it's giving me odd results. So what I did was duplicating it and just rotating it manually. I'm just looking at the entire thing as a whole. Excuse me. So now we got the arm piece done. Just got a couple more little bits to do now, and we'll be finished. So I'm just gonna work on the joints now. I think. Yep, we're gonna work on the leg joint now. So I'm gonna knock down the subdivision width and the subdivision axis and height to about 10. So because the reference image system doesn't have any doesn't obstructs the view, I'm just using my judgment here. I'm just create a sphere, and I'm going to select these faces on the end here. And we're going to extrude in. We're going to extrude and push in Z. Extrude a second time. I'm pushing in the exact same area. Extrude one more time. We're just trying to create a slightly more exciting shape too, rather than just have a basic sphere. I mean. So what I did there was select all the middle faces and in the middle and extrude out. As you can see, it's looking much better now, rather than just having a basic spherical shape. We've got a little bit more character to it. I'm just going to slide this into where it would meet the hip. Like I said, it's not going to be it's not going to be a major part. I mean, it's being most of it's being hidden by by the armor plates, so it's not going to be something people pay too much attention to. Just going to rotate it a bit. Just looking a little on the small side, so I might have to scale it up a little bit. Look, that's much better. So I'm going to freeze transformations. Excuse me. Delete by tape history on it. Just gonna send it to the pivot point, snap it to the grid, and it's gonna duplicate it over. There we go. We got that done. We just got 2 more pieces to do, and we're finished with this video. So now what we're gonna work on now is this elbow joint here. So just created a polyplane, rotated it in X by 90 degrees. I'm going to polyplane 2 and knock it down to 1, so it's just one face, a single polygon. So just gonna scale it in a little. Oops. Just creating two splits. I'm selecting the width on the top and the bottom. I'm just going to scale them in the X. Scale them up a little bit. I'm just adjusting these widths. What we're going to do now is create some. We're going to cut in some split using the split polygon tool. So we just create a diagonal split. Just going to select all these faces and I'm going to extrude out to give it some volume, some thickness to it. There we go, that's exactly what I wanted. So I'm just selecting these faces at the these bottom faces here. Just selecting all the faces all the way around. So I'm just making sure I don't have anything selected. I'm going to extrude those out. There we go. Looking alright so far. Just looking at it from all different perspectives, just try to make sure it's looking okay. We're not going to any odd occurrences or nothing, so that's good. I'm just going to select these edges and slide them back. We just want to get some roundness to it. Like I said, we want everything to look like it's meant to be together, so we're going to create just some slight roundness to it. Oops. I'm going to create a split around here. We'll just select these and scale them out. There we go, we got that roundness I've been looking for. We'll do the exact same thing on the opposite side and scale it in Y. It's looking nice now. In 3 transformations. Show all the components now again. I'm going to slide it into place now. I'm going to rotate it in Y for 90. Excuse me. I'm going to slide into place where we first made the beginning part of the elbow joint in the previous video. That's that cylindrical shape before. I'm just going to tweak these circle parts. Sorry. Okay, now go back to this now. Slide into place now. I'm going to have to rotate it so it conforms to the rest of the joint here. Don't worry if it's penetrating, it's okay. So just duplicate over another piece. You can see we can the elbow joints, it's really starting to come along now. I'm selecting these 2 pieces here. I'm going to rotate them a bit. Continue free transformation on this. Yeah, just having deleted that, it's looking a little odd. I just brought it back. It's probably my eyes playing tricks on me. So just duplicate it over our third piece. This one's gonna sit just between the first two pieces. So I'm just slapping these bits to corresponding bits. We don't need this additional lip type area to it. So now that I've got all that, so now that I've snapped all the bits together, I'm gonna select all the bits and merge them. There we go. When I select all this loop, I'm gonna get rid of it. Alright, let's see. So now it looks like a slightly different shape. Increase transformation on this. I'm gonna select these words here. I'm just gonna straighten them off manually. Just looking at it in perspective, making sure it's okay. I'm gonna slide this into the middle of those first two pieces we made. I'm gonna scale up. Well, that's giving me the results I wanted. So I'm just gonna select these words and it's gonna slide in in X. Do the same thing for the other side. There we go. I'm just gonna line everything in the side view. Looking sweet. I'm just gonna tweak these edges here. Just want to give you that little bit more roundness to it. See, now we've got the joint done now. I'll bring back the rest of the components now. As you can see, it's really looking nice. I'm just gonna combine all the pieces, and I'm gonna snap the paper point to the center of the grid. Then we're just gonna duplicate it over. There we go. Got the piece done now. The only other piece that's remaining are the leg joints. For what we're going to do for this is we're just going to duplicate the arm joint and we're going to use that for the leg. We're just going to make a slight modification to it. As you can see now, I'm just going to slide it into place. And the arm and leg joints are going to be pretty much the same, so why create something different when we've already got the parts we need already. So I'm just going to separate them now. So just delete all those pieces and then just left with one. That's all we'll really be needing anyway. So use transformation on this. I'm just going to rotate it so it matches with the leg joints, it matches the rest of the leg. I'm just rotating it some more. Like I said before, we want the this piece of geometry to intersect with the main cylindrical piece. Just scaling up a little. Just duplicate it over the other side. There we go, we got the leg joint going on. So I'm just looking at it from all angles, making sure we don't have any madness going on. So I'm just going to do the same thing. We're just going to combine all these and just duplicate over to the other side. So let's get rid of this, we don't need this one anymore. So I'm just going to duplicate over now. Scale X by -1. And there we go. Got our Mech in all its glory now. Just made a quick save here. I'm going to zoom out a little just to see everything as a whole. Actually, I just remembered we have got one more final piece to make. I almost forgot. It's this piece here, the arm joint. So we're just going to create this. This is very simple to create. We're just going to start off with the cube. Because his arm has to be attached to something, so this is going to be the main shoulder joint, I might imagine. So like I said, start off with a cube. And up to its subdivision height to about 3 should do the trick. I'm going to select these widths and scale in Z. Push these bottom widths down. Turning on X-ray now so I can get a better look at things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to select these faces and I'm going to extrude. I'm going to extrude in it a couple of times. So I'm going to extrude and scale it. Go as once. I'm going to extrude and scale in a second time. We're going to extrude one more time. Extrude X in. Extrude in as a second time again. That's 4 times. Let's push out a little bit. I think this will be the last time. We'll extrude out a little. There we go. I think that was about 4 or 5 extrusions we did there. And what we're going to do now is just round this out. You can see it's a circular shape, so we're going to have to insert an edge loop. We're just going to round out the inside edges, not the outside ones. So we're just going to select these bits and scale in Y. Just want to get that roundness. Just going to get a little bit of roundness to it. Just don't want these ones. There we go. That's much nicer now. It's got that round look to it. So I'm just going to select these edges here. I'm just looking at it from more angles now. So we're going to select these faces here. I'm just going to do a couple more extrusions. Whoops, I seem to have selected this face on the side. So I'm going to do that. So select, I got it again. So select this face again. I'm going to extrude in and scale in a little. I seem to have decided again. You want to be careful of selecting these sides. There you go again, I got it again. So to make sure I don't have anything else selected, so I'm just going to extrude and scale in again. Extrude one last, extrude again. I'm just going to push in this time. And there we go, we got the shoulder joint. Now I'll bring everything back. And bring back all the components again. I'm just going to slide this into position. There we go. You can see now how much better that looks now. Just by simply creating the shoulder joint. It's more it really looks more believable now that I've got this now. It doesn't look like it's a floating piece of geometry, it looks like it's actually connected to something. I'm just gonna set the pivot point again by snapping it to the grid, the center of the grid, and it's gonna duplicate over the other side. There we go. Now we're pretty much done with the Gundam Mech itself now. Just sit back and marvel at your work now. I mean, it took some time to get here, but now that we're here, it's gratifying to see that everything's come together. So we have this one last piece now. Sorry, I keep thinking of the little bits and pieces to do here. So what I've done now is selected this face and it's extruded in. Because if you look at the image, they got there's a small indentation that I missed earlier. So just hiding all the pieces here. This is a very simple piece. It won't take more than a minute or two. So we're just gonna shape it so it conforms with the image. Just doing some point tweaking here, nothing different. Notice that I didn't go all the way down. That's because if I put it all the way down, it's gonna mess up the shape. So just trying to match it as close as possible, while still trying to maintain the shape. So I just selected his face now, and it's gonna extrude in. Extrude, scaling, extrude a second time. It's gonna push in here. There we go. That's it. That's how simple it was just to create that indentation. I'm bringing back all the pieces now. Just saved it quickly again. And there we go, a complete Gundam Mech from start to finish. No parts were skipped, everything's done. So I just want to take a quick look at everything now as a whole. Just rotating around, making sure everything's conforming nicely. So you just making sure you can look at that, it's matching up nicely with the reference images. So I'm just going to check it from the side now. Yup, that's nice. We accomplished a lot in this tutorial. We looked at a couple of different modeling methods, box modeling, edge modeling. We looked at a whole bunch of tools, the move, rotate tools. We looked at the create polygon tool, the booleans options, and we also learned how to read blueprints. So what I'm going to do now is just quickly name all the pieces here to keep the scene organized. So I'm just going to call this one left shoulder. So that's what I want you guys to do, just during your own time, just name all the pieces. I don't want to bore you guys by sitting here and naming all the pieces, so just do it in your own time, and I'll see you in the next video.